Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322. In today's video I'm going to be doing some early testing of the 3 unreleased cars from the Smugglers Run DLC. That is the Rapid GT Classic, the Cyclone and the Vigilante. These are vehicles that are already in your game. They have been downloaded with the Smugglers Run DLC, but as usual, Rockstar are drip feeding more than half of the content in this DLC, including a lot of planes as well. And we're not going to be getting these for, well, we don't know when we're going to be getting them, but certainly the Vigilante, for example, we're probably not even going to get until Halloween. So it's going to take a while, but I'm not playing into that. I want to get this information out there so you can make informed decisions about what you want to buy. So that's why I'm doing some early testing to let you know how quick these cars are going to be when they do arrive and if they're worth saving money for or anything like that. So let's start with the Rapid GT Classic. This is made by Giubbauchi, which is the in-game representation of Aston Martin, and the car itself is primarily based off an Aston Martin V8. It's going to be in the Sports Classics class, and in terms of its lap time and its top speed, it doesn't do too badly. Now, just to point out that throughout the course of this video, the lap times and top speeds that I give are approximate. They're not going to be the absolute final lap times that I give, and I'm obviously going to do proper testing videos when these vehicles are released, but these are good enough to at least give you an indication of whereabouts the car is going to be within its class. So in terms of its lap time, it gets about a 1 minute 6.3, so around that 1 minute 6 lap time that we're seeing from quite a lot of the new breed of Sports Classic cars like the Torero, the Sterling GT, the Infernus Classic, things like that. They're all around that 1 minute 6 range, and it seems like the Rapid GT Classic is going to fall in that range as well. It's not really going to push the boundaries of what the Cheetah Classic and the Turismo Classic are doing with the 1 minute 4 lap times, so it's not going to be up that top level with those two, but it's going to be in that sort of second level with all those other Sports Classics. In terms of its top speed, this is sort of the same story really. It's hovering around the 118-119 mile per hour top speed area, which again is similar to that sort of second level of Sports Classic cars like the Infernus Classic, the Torero, things like that. So it's not quite on the pace of the top two, so it's not going to be something that you need to buy for Sports Classic races, but it will be at least relatively competitive and you'll certainly be able to use it. And like I said, this is just early testing, so the official testing videos where it's a lot more robust will come later on, but you can pretty much say at this point that it's not going to be on the pace of the top two. Now moving on to the Cyclone, this is made by Coil and it is an electric vehicle. It's in the supercars class, and I don't know where the rumour has come from that the Cyclone is front wheel drive. That is absolutely not true. It's actually all wheel drive with a 50-50 distribution from front to rear, and because it's an electric vehicle with an all wheel drive system, it is very, very, very good in terms of acceleration. Its acceleration is unrivaled from any vehicle that doesn't have a rocket on the back. It's probably got the best acceleration of any of the supercars or any car in game that isn't the Rocket Voltic or the Oppressor. So in terms of acceleration, it's very, very, very good because it's an electric vehicle and it has all-wheel drive. Obviously it doesn't get a transmission upgrade because it's an electric vehicle, but the problem with the Cyclone is that it doesn't really have much in the way of anything else. Its traction is pretty bad, its top speed is not that great either, so as an all-round supercar, it's certainly not going to be on the pace of the top few. The lap time that it gets in this advanced testing was a 1 minute 2.5, so it's not bad, it's certainly a hell of a lot better than what the regular Voltic gets, and that was previously the quickest electric vehicle, so it's not too bad, and it's up there around the pace of things like the Penetrator and more mid-range supercars. But as soon as you put it on a track that requires even a small amount of top speed, or it has more reliance on traction, it is going to fall further down the order. On a more balanced track like this that has a bit of everything, it's okay, but it's still nowhere near the top. When you consider the Wagner gets a 58-second lap time and the top few are getting 59 seconds, it is a good few seconds off the pace. Very, very good acceleration. In terms of its top speed, it is only getting a top speed of around the 116 mile per hour area, so that's one of the lowest top speeds in the entire supercars class. I think it's only the Voltic that is lower than that, so it is pretty poor in terms of top speed and traction. It's only that crazy acceleration that gives it the lap time that it gets, but in a short range drag race it would do you very well as long as you're not up against a Rocket Voltic or an Oppressor or a Vigilante, which is our next car. Now at the moment the Vigilante doesn't seem to have a maker. It's just called Vigilante, so it's not made by any specific in-game manufacturer. And this thing is the Batmobile. It is a Batmobile in GTA, and this kind of, to me, signifies how far GTA has come. It doesn't feel like GTA anymore when we get things like this, but it is a very, very interesting vehicle, and it's almost certainly not going to be usable in supercars races. It is in the supers class, but it's not going to be usable in super races because it has a rocket on the back, and it has rockets that shoot forward, so guns. So the Vigilante is something that is probably just going to be more of a toy than anything else. It is extremely strong, just to put it into perspective. It's much stronger than a Duke of Death, for example. So it's going to be basically a tank that has a rocket on the back and weapons shooting forward in it. And in terms of its speed, it is very quick. The lap time that it got when I was testing it, and like I said, this is advanced testing, and to be honest, the lap times that we're seeing here will probably get a little bit quicker when I do the proper testing later on. You know, this was just basic first time testing to give you an indication. It's not as robust as normal, but having said that, the lap time that it did get when I was doing this testing was a 55.5 second lap. 55 seconds for the Vigilante. So, you know, just a good 3 seconds per lap quicker than the previous best of a Wagner. It is almost certainly going to become the new quickest supercar in the game, so it's probably a good thing that it isn't able to be used in races. But then again, you might think that that's not a good thing, because then what's the point of buying it? But yeah, it's going to be an insane vehicle. It's a Batmobile. It's super quick. It's super strong. It has weapons. It has a rocket. The only thing it can't do is fly. It's just a ridiculous vehicle, and it is incredibly quick around a track to boot. Also, in terms of its top speed, as soon as you use the rocket boost, it goes immediately to 150 miles per hour, and by the time that you can use the rocket boost again, you're only dropped to 140 miles per hour. It does have a very quick recharge time on the rocket. Now, that has been known to change in the past. You know, for example, the rocket Volt ticket has changed over time and things like that. So, like I said, take this all with a grain of salt. It might change when it's officially released, and like I said, we're probably not going to see this until Halloween, so it's going to be a while before we get access to it. But you're looking at an average top speed of around 145 miles per hour, which would also make it the quickest land vehicle in the game. So yeah, the Vigilante looks to be ridiculous. The Rapid GT Classic looks to be a really interesting, fun, nice car to drive, and not too bad, not too far off the pace. The Cyclone looks to have a relatively mediocre performance overall, but with an addition of something extra that you might like if you want something that's got crazy acceleration. So 3 interesting cars there. That is the advanced testing of them. Hopefully this will help you in choosing where to spend your money in the future. Obviously we've got a lot of planes to come as well. You know that more than half of the vehicles that we got from the Smuggler's Run DLC are actually being drip fed. It's just getting ridiculous at this point. So this early testing is there to hopefully let you know what you can expect for the future. And like I said, take it with a grain of salt. It's not official testing or anything like that, but it is a good indication of what these cars are going to be like when they're released. And then on the days that they are released, I will do the proper testing videos, as I always do, for lap time and top speed. But yeah, hopefully this video will help you at least decide in advance maybe what you want to buy, what you want to save your money for, or whether you just want to spend your money now because you're not interested in any of these. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I hope it's helped. Let me know all your thoughts about these vehicles down below. Thank you all so much for watching and all for the support as always, and I'll see you next time.